want to thank you so much for being on Creators Weekly.
Absolutely.
I am here with Érica Rivera.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you are somebody that I have met. I met last year. I can't believe we're in 2020 already. I met you through the Gutted Cigar. They are really good friends of ours, and they're always throwing amazing shows.
Yes.
So I had the opportunity to see some of your artwork.
Shout out to Gutted Cigar.
Yes,
for sure.
Jeffy, Irene, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing too. Anyway, we crossed paths, and when I saw you, I mean, I come across a lot of creative people, but there's just sometimes when I meet someone, I kind of just feel a connection. Of course. Even if you didn't feel it, I felt it.
I'm so glad you found me.
And I'm like, okay, she's somebody that's colorful.
Absolutely.
Somebody that just intrigues my mind because I like seeing different types of people.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So hence why I created Creators Weekly.
Thank you for doing that. And as a creator, I appreciate that platform, you know, and just the validation and the affirmation that we are here and we are empowering one another and that there is a space that's safe for us.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit before about how you have multiple mediums of art and creativity.
Absolutely.
And I kind of want you to break down the different mediums that you do.
Yeah, for sure.
I was unaware of music, so
Yeah,
that is a pleasant
that's
surprise.
like going back down memory
But it's
lane.
a part of you.
Yeah, but it's weird
it.
because everything is kind of coming full circle. I got into the music industry at a really young age. I signed to Atlantic Records literally on my 13th birthday.
What?
Like, happy birthday, here's a record deal. And so I spent the majority of my teenage life in recording studios, flying all over the place. I'd take a meeting in New York and fly home the same day. So I've experienced and achieved a lot at a really young age, which was really empowering for me. And then I turned 18 and I was like, what is normal? Can I try that out for a little bit? And I kind of just reverted completely into
kind of having a childhood.
Yeah, and went a little crazy, had a little fun, got a normal job, kind of experienced what it was like to be normal again.
Right.
Figured out that wasn't for me.
Not for anyone,
and
really.
then began to kind of remember that I could find my place as a creative and like I said, not necessarily have to pigeon my hole into one thing. Because I was feeling called to do other things than music. I was feeling called to paint. I was feeling called to tattoo. I was feeling called to work with clothing and connect with other humans. So I started to just kind of grow into myself artistically. And although painting with acrylic on canvas is probably my favorite medium, I just have so many other ideas.
Now, with that being said, as comfortable as you are going into mental health as well, maybe the painting portion is more your therapeutic aspect. So that will maybe be a passion that you'll have to fulfill one aspect.
100%. It's interesting you bring that up because although I want to give myself a lot of credit for how much self-transformation I have focused on, 100% everything that I put out has been a representation of what I feel in. So it has been healing, therapy. It's been a way to connect with other humans. One of the next steps that I see for myself as far as my career, but really for my personal value and growth, is that I want to get more into community service and find ways to bring my passions and talents and connect them with other people that need that safety as well.
I think that's so important for people who don't necessarily, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
No, you're cool.
Who I have a bunch of tattoos that are hidden too, that don't necessarily, we don't fit the normal mold, right? And I think it's important for younger kids and young girls is something that I really had a passion about, to show them that you don't have to be what society thinks you should be,
100%.
and that you should get into these different
100%.
things, you know?
I think that one of my greatest accomplishments in life has been having a random person that I've never met before contact me. Well, you also, I did meet you.
Yeah,
you
that's true. That's true.
But I have had, you know, on a couple different occurrences, people contact me either on the internet or run into me in person and just literally tell me that I inspired them to be more of who they are, or even that they wish that they could be more of who they are because they see me being that.
You
for
live
myself.
boldly, and I think that's inspiring.
It's scary as fuck I don't know if we can say that
You
on
can
here,
say fuck,
but
you
it
can
is-
smoke, whatever
It
you want
has
to.
been.
We are creatives.
I'm
There are
always
no
that
boxes.
person who walks into the room like, can we smoke weed in here? But it has been the most terrifying and the most liberating experience to live this way. But honestly, I've tried, and I don't know any other way. I can't pull off
Because you're
any
being
other thing.
authentically yourself. You know?
Well, for one, I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay.
So we like to go.
Yeah.
We are crazy. We don't like to sit in one place for too long. We need adventure. We need expansion. We need more all the time.
I'm an air sign, so I'm flighty.
So
I like to
you
just
balance
expand.
me. Yeah. So that's the thing you like to experience too, but you're probably going to take less risks
Yes,
than I
this is
am.
true.
Yeah,
This is
you're
true.
gonna-
That's why I consider myself, out of my creative friends, I do have a business mindset.
Oh my God,
So
I love that about you.
My goal in life is, because I think I'm also a very creative person,
Mm-hmm.
but with myself, I'm not organized. With other people, I can help them organize. So I feel like
totally
that's my
understand.
strength. Like, I feel like I could help you figure out, not you in particular, well, you too, if
Yeah,
you want the help.
all
but
humans.
I feel like I could help people steer their artistry and creativity
Absolutely.
into a business.
That's so
That's
powerful.
what I want to do.
So to branch out on how important that is, I just turned 31 in December.
Happy
and
birthday. I was
thank you so
January.
much. A few months before that, I moved here to the West Coast. I don't know if you know this, but I moved here to California from Philly.
Okay.
I
didn't
literally
know
got
where. I
rid
knew
of
you weren't
all
from
my
here.
shit, and I packed my car, and I hopped in my car with my cat and my paintings, and me and my dad hit the road.
I love it.
And so I've been here just truly 100% focusing on becoming the best version of me, artistically, spiritually, and all of the above. But with that being said, I am the artist, I am the manager, I have a job also.
It is exhausting.
And I think, I hear that you're supposed to sleep.
Yeah.
At some point.
I'm guilty of actually
I don't
sleeping
know
a
when,
lot,
but I'm here that you are supposed to get sleep somewhere mixed
Somewhere
in
in
between there. I haven't found the best opportunity yet, but I'm definitely calibrating
they say
to
you
the
can
balance.
sleep when you're dead, though.
Yeah, I'll get there. So it is really, really a job and a career in itself to be a business.
Oh my gosh.
Me
yes.
as an overall artist, Érica Rivera, is my business, is my brand. People ask me all the
Exactly.
time, what's the name of your brand? And my name. I am the
Exactly.
brand. And all of the incredible things that I do and have to offer are a part of this brand. But with that being said, I am literally the entire business right
Yes.
now. So I'm making the phone calls, setting up
You're the
makeup art,
secretary, you're
secretary,
exactly, you're
finance
everything.
department.
You're the creative side, you're the financial side,
Yeah,
and that
it's
also
difficult.
can be very difficult to balance.
Exactly.
So I also like to ask people, because I know you do juggle a lot, you're really lucky to have a parent too that was willing to just like,
So
let's
lucky.
do it, let's go. I believe in you, I believe in us, our dreams, whatever
It's
the
really
case
important.
is. Have you found your support system here in the West Coast yet?
So
or
it, like you said, it's really important to have a strong support system. Parents, if you have an artist, love on them. Love
Yes.
on them. If you have a free spirit that you don't understand, don't try to. Because that's who they are and that's who they're meant to be. Let them run and find everything that's out there for them. I, from day one, have always been encouraged not only to be myself, but that to be completely self-sufficient. My parents
same.
always taught me to be really independent and to never need anybody to get or be or do whatever it is that I might seek. So I've positioned myself in a really empowered place right now, to where if I want an experience, I can experience it. If I want to go somewhere, for the most part, I can go there. If I want to wear an outfit, I don't question anymore how anyone outside
you.
is going to look at me. And I have blossomed like a fucking butterfly because of it. And that support system building up to here was what made that decision possible. And so the reason I even ended up in Bakersfield is because my dad has a house out here in Bakersfield.
Okay.
I'm here for LA, but to make the transition easier for me, it made more sense
put in the work.
to come
You put
to
in the
a place
work.
where I have family. And I'm
Sometimes
doing the
where you
work,
don't
or-
necessarily want to be, but to get to where you're gonna be.
Exactly.
I'm all for that, because I think what a lot of people forget when they see successful people or they see, you know, lights or
It's
whatever,
the work that went
you
behind
forget
it.
the tears, the blood, the sweat
Oh,
that
so
got
many
people
tears.
where they're meant to be.
100%.
And I don't think we ever stop traveling on our journey.
to
you know,
to elaborate a little bit on the support system out here in Bakersfield, when I first moved out here to Bakersfield, I spent the first maybe 6 months not really in Bakersfield. I would create Monday through Thursday out here, and then I would shoot to LA and vend and live paint. And
smart.
I pretty much looked at it like, there's nothing here, and I have to go there for everything. And then when I was in a position where it was time for me to get my own place and really stabilize, I ended up having to get a place in Bakersfield because I didn't realize that I wasn't ready, just like I thought I was.
That is
and it was okay. So I bit the bullet and I got a place in Bakersfield, and I found the most perfect little hidden gem den. I have a studio apartment that is like a sanctuary for me.
I love it.
And it has truly helped me blossom into this empowered version that I am now. But when I got the apartment, then I had to get a job.
Yeah.
So I got a job in Bakersfield, and I'm in the cannabis community.
Yay.
So I work in a really fast-paced environment where I meet tons and tons of people. I mean, all day long.
Yeah.
All types of people from all spectrums
From
of
business
life.
to, I'm sure, political even.
All
like,
kinds
I'm
of
sure
people.
you meet all kinds of people.
And so I've created a lot of really beautiful connections.
I love it.
And now I look at this place as a home and somewhere that it's really time for me to kind of create a foundation for myself. So I went from constantly seeking that fun and that love and that friendship elsewhere to recognizing that there are other creators
Here.
and people like me here. So the event that I met you at Roll-A-Rama for the Gutted Cigar was actually the only event I've ever done in Bakersfield, period.
Then I feel blessed.
And it was so cool because I got to meet you and a few other really incredible creatives that I didn't even realize were here. And so since then, I've been building a strong network / family of other really cool people that I know that I can reach out to.
And a lot of cannabis connoisseurs too, so you're in good company.
You know, I'm an indica girl. How about you?
Same.
I love OG so much.
Yes.
But yeah, so, and you know, just being able to connect with other strong women and creatives like myself, particularly in a small town where we really need each other's support,
absolutely,
has been incredibly beautiful. Also, since moving to California, I picked up skateboarding.
That's cool.
Because that's a
cool.
thing that's really huge in California culture, and it has been such a place of peace for me to just find alone time or even just like find bonding time with others to go skate together.
Venice yet?
Oh yeah, so that's like my favorite place ever.
Good.
I go to hang out in Long Beach sometimes because there's a really incredible skate community out there. Shout out to Slinky and Pharmacy.
Yay.
And those guys have given me a really strong support system to kind of bridge the gap between the skateboarding community and the art community.
Love
because
it.
there is such a mutual scene that's connected all together.
Absolutely.
And then in addition, the cannabis community, there are so many of us that need each other's support.
That connection between skaters and, see, I grew up, I'm not a grapher, but my husband is a graph artist.
Yeah.
So that community is very close as well. So that's where I get the art connection.
Absolutely.
It's very much the same.
Absolutely.
And the music, very much the same as well.
Yeah. So just being in Bakersfield, there is a really strong skating community. So I've also made a little bit of a family base and connection with some really cool ass girls out here who skate, and the Monday Skateboards crew. Those guys have been really sweet to me. I don't honestly get the chance to actually skate as much as I would love to because my schedule has been, you know, I'm blessed right now.
I had to book her a couple weeks in advance.
Yo, I appreciate you so
don't
much.
feel like you can't get a hold of her. She's busy.
Seriously, I appreciate you And I want to say shout out to Red Co-working Space here in
Yes,
Bakersfield,
absolutely.
because on such a short-term notice, they gave us a really beautiful space to
Yes.
collaborate in.
Check them out.
Seriously,
It's a great
it's
space.
another really great platform that allows people that are like-minded
Entrepreneurs.
and creative to come together. So, I just really find that the more I focus on being the best version of me, I'm attracting the best version of the people around me.
That's beautiful.
So things are really blessed right now. And
is really
I'm
beautiful.
I've gone from a place of looking at Bakersfield like, Bakersfield, to like, I live in Bakersfield.
See, and that's all it takes sometimes is switching your mentality. Switching, because it really does begin with your thoughts. I mean,
Literally.
I'm still working on that, trust me.
It's a constant. It's constant.
But I have learned the more positive that I look at things, or if I say to myself, for example, work. We could love what we do, but sometimes it still is work.
Absolutely.
Once I stop thinking about it as work, or switch it into my mind like, okay, I just got to do this, get it over with. What's the big deal?
100%.
You really just start feeling better. You
Yeah.
really just get it done. And I love that.
To be honest with you, age and growth has been such a cool experience.
Yes.
I've always placed time limits on things. I've always, if I didn't have this by that, or if I didn't,
You feel like a failure.
you feel like a failure. And it is just now truly, really clicking to me that everything is in perfect order. If I hadn't been through all of that, I wouldn't be going through all of this.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't have been as prepared and empowered as I am now.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of the same circumstances in life will always be happening.
Yes.
But as you said, I've shifted the way that I look at everything. And I just notice it all differently now. I
Absolutely.
smell the roses that were already there.
That's beautifully said.
It's really
That
cool.
is beautifully said. And because you mentioned shifting your mind state and things like that, we were talking a little bit before the cameras turned on, and we don't have to get too into
good,
it.
yeah.
Because I actually have a vegan activist that's going to be on my show, so we'll get into all that. But
I'll let you guys get spicy.
I'm really happy because I just became vegetarian this year.
Oh, cool. Congratulations.
So, thank
It's
you.
a fun journey.
Thank you. So far it's been a lot easier than I thought it would be.
It is.
I've definitely gained some mental clarity. I did it for myself and just feeling better and trying to figure out where anxiety comes from as well.
100%.
So I know that you're vegetarian.
Yeah, I
correct?
would totally elaborate on this, and I'm really actually excited to talk about this topic because
Good.
you don't really get to talk about stuff like this in an interview about art or creativity, but
Exactly.
this is such a
part of the
huge
shift.
part of my shift and of my story, of
Yes.
my expansion. For me, psychedelics started it all.
I think psychedelics are amazing.
Psychedelics
Just
was
saying.
like space shuttle to clarity. Okay, here we go. And so once I began experimenting with psychedelics and understanding a higher level of consciousness, it made me want to be able to reach that higher level of consciousness without having to take psychedelics. So it wasn't in a dependent way. It was in a now we have
Expanding,
questions.
yeah,
Now we want to know the
expansion
answer, right?
and-
So I went on this journey instantly to find the most enlightened, highest, most clear version of myself that I could possibly be. How do I be this woke without having to like eat some shrooms type of
Exactly.
deal?
All the time. Yeah.
So
right?
I started studying chakras, and I started like going down the rabbit hole, literally all of like the alchemy and
Yes.
all of the different
Yes.
things that you begin to learn when you start asking real
Yes.
questions, right?
Real questions.
So
yes.
my journey for consciousness and clarity, like you said, is what truly led me towards not eating meat. It began with I stopped beef and pork maybe 6 years ago. And I don't even know for what reason I continued to validate like the chicken and the seafood and all those things, but I did. But even just cutting out the beef and pork for me was the beginning of the change. And like you said, for me, I always dealt with anxiety. I always had this constant feeling of worry.
And
I always had this constant feeling of fear that something was going to go wrong. And I never, ever knew why. Just this constant anxiousness,
Anxiousness,
you know?
exactly.
And
yeah.
so I came across this video. I cannot remember exactly what, because like I said, I was on the journey for sacral awakening.
Right.
And it just kind of broke down that we are only ever going to be what we consume in the way that we can perform.
It is true.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So whatever you're putting in is how you're going to be, right? And so it kind of broke down that on a molecular level, we are what we eat. And in this day and age, in this country in particular, with the way that our food is raised, bred, literally a lot of these animals are born to be slaughtered. They're in an environment that's just traumatic and fearful for them.
In general, yeah.
And so then you are going to consume those emotions 3 times a day, however many times a day, and I'm sitting here wondering why I feel that way. It just clicked.
It makes sense.
It clicked so fast. I never fucking picked up another meat again. However, plot twist, gang. Okay, so I stopped eating all the other meats, and I've been chicken, seafood, no meat whatsoever, all those meats free for about 2 years.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you,
a
friend.
good thing. There you go.
I do still eat a little cheese, working on that.
That's hard for me
Little
too.
eggs, working on that. You know, I've been 30 years eating all that shit. And I think because it's not meat, it's harder to mentally attach it to an animal.
I agree.
That's something I'm still working through.
I agree.
Vegans, don't kick my ass. But lately, as I have become even more in tune and really aware of my body, I've been having fucking cravings for like chicken randomly,
Oh no.
salmon randomly. And I heard from a plant-based friend that depending on what you're craving tells you what you need.
Nutrition-wise.
Yeah, nutrition-wise.
Yes.
So I think, like she said, if I'm craving fish, I need spinach. If I'm craving chicken, I need some other type of nut or whatever. So what's happening is that I'm just really becoming in tune, and I can hear my body. I just don't necessarily know what it's saying yet, you know?
So the fact that you said that is really cool because, and I don't care, TMI, but when women are on their periods, we are said to crave chocolate, a lot of women.
Yeah.
What you're really craving is the magnesium in the chocolate. So your body is craving magnesium.
100%.
And so when you're saying your body's craving like whatever's in the chicken, you're right.
It's attaching it to that, thinking it's going to only able to get it from there.
Exactly. But once you realize where you can get these other nutrients from, you're more in tune with your body. You're more in tune with what you're putting into your body.
And you know, I'll say this. Your body works with you. Sometimes it takes a little longer to catch up to you.
True.
But you are one. It communicates to you when you let it. And so, you know, my body responds completely to fast food. It responds to plant-based food.
Yes.
It just responds differently to each food. So it's going to tell me like, hey, I'm tired. I have no energy. That wasn't real. And it's also going to tell me like, yeah, more of that. Let's go do this day.
Yeah.
You feel it. And so it's all a calibration
balance.
process.
Absolutely.
You find your place. If you slip, slide here and there, that's life. I think the biggest struggle and challenge is just accepting that you're on your journey. And also, I think there is a lot of like a connotation over vegetarian and veganism, that like you're like this tree hugging hippie who like throws paint on fur coats all day. And you know, it's
what a waste of paint to an artist,
hello?
right? No, we're not going to
you?
do that.
and you know, I think it's totally I wouldn't say demonized, but there's like this, are you vegetarian or a meat eater versus a non-meat eater, and like we have to beef no pun intended with each other. But it's like, who cares about the fucking labels? Who cares about whether your homie eats Burger King or you eat plants? Like, just do your thing.
It's a process, and everybody's journey is different.
Everyone's journey is different.
Exactly.
100%. Like, I'm Cuban and Puerto Rican. Literally, if I go home right now, my grandma is going to try to feed me a plate full of bistec empanizado, arroz con gandules. There's going to be salchichas inside there. There's going to be meat on top of meat mixed with meat. Que tiene meat adentro, okay? But it's and I think culturally oftentimes we connect with our family over those types of
Meals,
courses. It's hard to let those things go.
It is.
And so, you know, just understanding that it's love is love. You can still connect with your friends. You can still connect with your family. You are always going to be who you are. Just be the best version of yourself that you want to be in time. It's
very well said.
There's literally no schedule.
That was very well said.
Thank you, friend.
And touching on, as much as you want, body.
Yeah, bodies are a thing.
So I'm talking physically now,
weird.
though. I'm talking about physical
Yeah,
bodies. So
physical
you're
bodies.
an artist. You also do. What kind of body art do you do?
So I do body painting. I've done body painting on several
This
different...
really interests me. So
Really?
yeah.
Body painting?
Well, I used to get body painted on.
Oh, cool,
so,
cool. Yeah.
Back in the day.
So here, this goes. So I haven't body painted in quite some time, but when I really began believing in myself artistically and decided that I was ready to publicly show my art. I met this young man back in Philly because I was there at the time, named Jay Ortiz. I love you, Jay. Jay is the reason I'm probably even here now, because he gave me a platform to feel confident as an artist regularly. He would host a show every month and have a bunch of artists live painting.
Love it.
And he was the first person to give me a place to come out, and I did live tattooing first because I still wasn't even confident in myself as a painter. But I tattooed every day. Like, I'm like, I got this. So I came, set up a tattoo shop at this art show, and I started to find my groove and find my confidence. And so at the time, he had a few artists that were flying in from out of town that would body paint.
Okay.
And so after I started feeling a little bit more confident painting on canvases live, I was like, I think I could do this.
Why not? Right?
I don't even know if I can do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we just did this we did this one event where all of the artists were required to paint a model if they were going to paint.
Okay.
It wasn't like, you're not going to paint a canvas. If you're painting a woman, a moving person with titties.
I love it.
So I was like, I'm down. And I got all the supplies on my own, and I practiced on my leg at home, and I gained my confidence, and I had a plan. And we did this event, and it was a blast, and I had so much fun. And I feel like because I was literally working on a human, it was such a more connective experience. Yeah, I just felt like how you felt, gravitated towards me. I felt gravitated towards my model. We were wearing similar outfits,
absolutely.
And her body was just a work of art in itself to me. I was like, this is a canvas.
And then you get to add the beauty to more beauty.
It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, body paint takes a lot longer than most people think.
Yes.
Depending on the detail involved, or depending on the design that you're doing. Oh my God, you gotta put it, let it dry, it smears.
Hours.
So I really only enjoy doing body painting when I'm doing exactly what I want to do. When I'm throwing like my style on the girl, and I'm just literally having fun. It's cool. I'm not really as passionate about it when it's like something that is predetermined for me, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
But that's kind of how I am in general with art.
Takes the creativity out of it.
100%. Like I definitely have done logos and reinterpretations of different images for people before, but only under the guise that I can have my creative flow on it. Because if it's not expected to be done in my style, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to put so much pressure on myself to be as good as other artists, but I don't necessarily do what other artists do. I just am.
And you know, art is in the eye of the beholder.
100%.
100%. And to me, for example, if I look at your art, I'm like, oh my God, this is beautiful.
Thank you, friend.
It literally is, the color is what draws me. I like the choices. And imagine, like, you're somebody's favorite artist. I think the same about musicians. Like, that's somebody's favorite artist. You know, we're
blessing.
just always somebody else's flavor. You know what I mean?
It's such an honor, too.
I think it's interesting.
It really is. It really is. And to touch more on what you said about art being in the eye of the beholder, oh man, when that finally clicked for me, I went ham. Like, when it finally clicked for me that nothing could determine whether my art was good or not, I felt free, I created, I fell in love with my own art. Good. And I really just expanded. And now I feel like I'm in a place where I have the opportunity to enlighten other artists to that degree and allow and show them that there are no limitations. There's no box they need to fit in. There's no style they need to follow. There's no any rule. Even like I have people tell me, coworkers of mine, friends of mine, kids, I wish I could paint. My art is so ugly every time I try to paint. I'm like, if you paint, you can paint.
Exactly.
If you pick up a brush, if you have...
That's what I tell singers.
Anything,
I'm like, if you have sound
art
coming out, you are a singer.
There's
like,
no rule. There's no determination.
Right.
Any art is literally just an expression.
It is.
And that's it. And
it's your expression. If nobody else's.
That's it. It's so beautiful in that way. And that's even honestly helped me really get the opportunity to connect with artists that I might not have before based off of confidence issues. Because if there were an artist that I might have felt were better than me at what I was trying to do, you know, I might have felt more intimidated by meeting them or growing a relationship with them. There are so many incredible women artists that I have met in the last year or two that I feel inspired by, no longer threatened by, you know. And just like you said, shifting your perspective from I'm not good enough, I'm not on that level, to I'm already fucking on my own level.
Wow.
It's been game changing.
You have
and
no
I think
idea how many women I have interviewed that have said the same thing.
That's all it
Once
is.
we shift it and we're on each other's side, we're on each other's team, we're not in competition.
Literally.
Because society tried to put us in competition with each other.
That's what it is. It's a programming.
Everyone is beautiful in their own right. And you're right. It's programming. It's that competition that's unnecessary.
We out here, ladies.
We're
we
better
love each
together.
Other.
We're better together. That's what it is.
100%.
I love it.
Yes.
I also want to know if you have any shows coming up. I want to know if you have any plugs, if you want to plug your job, if you want to plug anything. I want to know what's going on with you.
So actually, one of the reasons why I am so excited about this interview right now is because this is kind of coming at the beginning of me re-entering artistically where I knew I was going to be. I kind of, like I said, I spent a lot of time doing the art live pop-ups and in the cannabis community, being an artist when I first moved out here. And then I got my own place, so I had to get a job. I work really, really long hours in the cannabis community, and I absolutely love my job, so I work a lot. And it was my first time, once getting the job, it was my first time in a long time that I had money, sis. Yeah. So I took some time off.
Good for you, though.
And you know what I think happened was that I had been in a place of creating out of not necessarily desperation, but need. Right. So I was creating to sell art to eat. Right. And now I didn't have to do that. Now I was super good. So I put my brushes down for a little bit, and I was taking care of myself, having fun, getting my nails done, shopping, just allowing my life to level up to where my mental state already was, you know, so that I can constantly feel good. I got my apartment like a sanctuary den where it's so fun when you step in, and I only ever want to be there. And I have spent the last month or 2 to 3, since my birthday, really just focusing 100% on transformation. Self-transformation. When I'm not at work, I am listening to Abraham Hicks recordings. I'm reading The Secret. I'm spending time learning how to meditate because I cannot quiet my fucking mind. And I'm working on me, right? And all of a sudden, I felt all these ideas come to me artistically. Like, I mean, catapult into my brain, paint this, go buy this canvas. Like, out of nowhere, canvases were on sale and these ideas were coming to me, and I was like, I have to go here. I don't know why I have to go here, but I have to go here. Don't know why I have to go there, but I have to go there. So things have started lining up. And I started painting again randomly, like not even a month ago, and decided that it was time for me to get back into the game and find the balance of this new job that I have and love and this art career, creator career that I came out here to embark on. Absolutely. And so, again, like I said, I like to call it calibrating because I'm really trying to find the balance. So since picking up my brush, I started working on the largest canvases I've ever worked on in my life. I had this calling, just this inspiration to buy 3 giant canvases.
Okay.
And I've never done a self-portrait before. And I had this calling to do 3 self-portraits.
Okay.
Like a see no, hear no, speak no. It's going to be like a series.
Okay.
Each is a version of me.
I love it.
Interpreted in my weird ass way, right?
But you are the only person who knows you the
and
best.
I'm the only one,
so
right?
This is gonna be beautiful.
It's been really
Yeah.
cool because it's kind of like relearning and loving myself. And these ideas came out of nowhere, and I'm like kind of in the middle of living them out and not knowing why.
Okay.
Then out of nowhere,
Everything
because the
happens for a
universe is
reason.
incredible, scrolling through Instagram, I see that there's this gallery showing, a pop-up gallery that happens here at First Friday every month for Bubble Pop Gallery.
Okay.
I'd never even heard of them
I've
before
never heard of them
because, like
either.
I said, I'm still pretty new to Bakersfield. But I saw that they're hosting their March show is a tribute to female artists.
Love it.
And it's all about female art empowerment and the embodiment of the female culture in society, in pop culture, in TV, radio, music, anything.
I love it.
And so I just had this inclination I should see if I could get in. So I submitted my art and they absolutely supported it. And we have space for 1 of the 3 series. So next Friday, I'll be doing my first gallery showing here at First Friday in Bakersfield at Bubble Pop Gallery.
Yay.
Come out and check it out.
First Fridays are actually really fun here in
I've never
Bakersfield.
been. I'm so excited.
I love them.
I'm
They're
really
actually fun.
excited. And
Yeah.
from what I hear and I know that Bubble Pop is a really, really great gallery.
This is gonna air the day of your gallery opening.
Oh,
That is weird.
beautiful
Oh my! I was like,
thing.
you're next Friday.
I'm
yeah.
telling you, life
That
has
is so
literally, and
weird.
like you said, we've been kind of working towards this date and these accomplishments for a few weeks now. So the fact that everything is kind
Lining
of just
up.
happening back to back has been my affirmation and my validation. Like, strap up, here we go. Like,
And you know,
let's start the ride.
that is a testament for people to take because you are exactly where you need to be at the right time.
Absolutely.
Whether you understand it at that moment or
Yeah,
not.
I know. It's
You
been
meet
really
people,
beautiful. I'm seeing
it's
11s, 33s, 22s,
444,
44,
love it.
555, everywhere. I'm just like, thank you. Take that.
Once
Pat
you
on the
open
back,
your
love that.
eyes and allow yourself to see it.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So to add and to elaborate a little bit on some of the ongoing projects I have now, although I still am always going to be really passionate about the cannabis community and I'm going to make sure that I always maintain my foot in that realm, I'm definitely getting back into full spectrum creating. I'm just
love it.
creating in every way.
Just find a way to incorporate the cannabis.
But the community service thing has been really prevalent on my soul. I feel like giving. I feel like sharing. I feel like connecting. So I recently partnered with Pharmacy Long Beach. It's really incredible skate shop. There are locations all over California, but a really good friend of mine, Slinky, runs the Long Beach location. And it's owned by his really good friend, Boo Johnson. And they gave me the platform to come out and set up like a little creativity station
Oh my
for the local kids in the
God.
area
I
to
love
customize
that.
their boards and their grip tape and
I
stuff like
love
that.
it.
And this stemmed off of an idea I had from doing some volunteer work with a different
Love
project.
it.
So it's kind of all just slowly coming together to where I can full-time be myself, create,
And give back.
connect, give back, and it's all coming back in my direction and
Blossom fully.
yeah, and I'm really honestly just grateful for this opportunity to share
Thank
that
you.
and connect with you and
Thank you.
and other people, and I'm really excited to see
Thank
your
you.
season 2
Yay,
and the
thank
rest of
you.
the interviews that come up. But
I'm
follow
excited to have
me,
you.
follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm at Érica with a C _Rivera.
Yes.
And what's your Instagram?
Wildflower Jess on all social media.
Awesome. And so we're here today in Bakersfield at Red Cowork. Follow them on Instagram
Yes,
too.
definitely.
Another incredible platform for, creatives to network.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe one day we'll get back into your music and you can sing for us too.
God, okay, so I wasn't gonna talk about it yet.
I want
but
it.
That's
I hope.
coming.
Yay.
Yes, that's
Yay, I'm
coming.
dropping things. I'm excited.
We're working on it. Honestly, you know, like I said, as I feel like a butterfly. I feel like I was in my caterpillar state, and then I was in my transition state, and I feel like I am literally breaking out of my cocoon. Just little specks of my wings are showing, but I'm literally growing into my full capacity. But that's brought me all the way back full circle to fucking music. And I know that that'll be one of the last things that'll find its way into who I am.
I love it. Well, we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited again to have you on Creators Weekly. And just to fulfill what you were already saying, you are giving back, because everybody that's going to watch this is going to take away something that they needed to hear. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you guys. Bye.
Bye. Done.